Hi everybody, welcome to this session wherein we are going to discuss at another important aspect of organic chemistry, that is nothing but naming of bicyclocompounds. Generally, students find it very difficult to name bicyclocompounds in a systematic manner using IUPAC nomenclature. Ever since the discovery of urea in the laboratory, that is in the year 1828, by a great scientist and a German chemist, namely Euler, there is enormous growth in the number of organic compounds day by day. Almost as per a recent index of CAS, we have around 13.4 crores of organic and inorganic compounds as of 2019 survey. Okay, therefore, unless otherwise we name these compounds in a systematic manner, it is rather difficult for us to memorize the names of each and every substance that is prevailing in this universe. Now, first of all, what are bicyclocompounds? Bicyclocompounds are compounds having two cyclic rings. From the name, it's very trivial that bicyclocompounds are organic compounds having two cyclic rings. Now, there may be different types of bicyclocompounds. One type of bicyclocompound is two cyclic rings having a common vertex, namely a common carbon atom. So they are called as spirocompounds. When you are talking about another type of bicyclocompounds, two cyclic rings may be having a common bond. They are called as fused bicyclic rings or fused bicyclic compounds. There may be a third variety where bicyclocompounds are having two common carbons where there are three bridges. These are the variety types of bicyclocompounds that we normally encounter in organic chemistry. However, other than these bicyclocompounds, we also have polycyclic compounds in organic chemistry in the name of adamantanes, cubanes, icosahedrins, etc. See how beautiful is the nature and how a chemist is a builder of molecules like a Brahma creating people for the earth. First of all, let us look at the naming of bicyclocompounds having a common bond or having two common bridged carbons. I told you this type of compounds will have three bridges. First, we need to start at one of the bridged carbons and then we need to number the longest chain first and the smallest chain towards the end. Of course, the normal rules of IUPAC that the functional group should get the lowest number, etc., should also be adopted in the case of bicyclocompounds as such. So, let us go to the board to discuss the guidelines for the systematic naming of bicyclo-organic compounds. Let us start the IUPAC naming of these bicyclocompounds. Now, I told you we need to identify the bridged carbons first. So, this is one bridged carbon, this is the other bridged carbon. So, after identifying the bridged carbon, I need to number these bridges. I told you the bicyclocompounds having two common carbons will have three bridges. So, this is the first bridge, this is the second bridge, and this is the last bridge. So, we have three bridges. So, in this particular thing, I need to first start at the bridged carbon. Then I need to move towards the longest bridge possible. Both these bridges are having two carbons each. And this bridge is the smallest bridge having only one carbon. So I need to move through the largest bridge first. Like this. And then the 7 should come here. So therefore, this is bicyclo. How many carbons are there in each bridge? In the decreasing order, you should write here 2, 2, 1, and total number of carbons are 7. Therefore, the root word will be hept. All are single bonds in this case. Therefore, En is the primary suffix. So the IUPAC name of this particular compound is bicyclo 2,2,1-heptane. Let us explore this little bit further with a substituent and also a functional group. I started giving a compound like this. A simple modification to the previous case. So this is the first bridged carbon, okay, and this is the another bridged carbon, but I am selecting the numbering from this particular bridged carbon, because if I select from this particular bridged carbon only, this function group carbon will get the lowest number, namely 2. Okay, fine. So I have this bridged carbon. I can number from this way or from this way, but I have to number only this way. Why? Because there is a function group, so that should be given the lowest number possible. So then 5, 6, this is the 7th carbon. What is the IUPAC name of this compound? I need to start, it's a bicyclo compound, therefore start bicyclo. How many carbons are there in each bridge in the decreasing order? First bridge 2 carbons, second bridge again 2 carbons, last bridge is having only 1 carbon. Okay, fine. And what is the root word? 7 carbons are there, therefore it is hept. All are single bonds, therefore it is ane. But there is a function group. What is that function group? Alcoholic group, namely ol. At what carbon it is there? It is there at second carbon, therefore 2-ol. But when you are connecting this, you normally remove the last letter, namely E. Fine. Is there any prefix? Yes, there is a prefix because there is a substituent in the given compound at 7th carbon. So therefore it is 7-chloro-bicyclo 2,2,1-heptane 2-ol. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay. Let us explore a few more examples. So this is the bicyclo compound that is given to you. Never ever worry, how to, however big may be a bicyclo compound given to you, you need to follow the rules and then it becomes very, very easy. So these are the 2 bridged carbons. So I need to start numbering at the bridged carbons. So if I start from this bridged carbon, then my function group is getting 4th number, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I start from this bridged carbon atom, then my function group is getting only 2. Therefore, this way of numbering is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, though there is a hydroxy substituent here, because this is the smallest bridge, I should not go the numbering right now. I should go to this only after finishing the other bridge having 2 carbons. So 6, 7, 8. This is the numbering. So therefore, what is the name of this compound? This compound is a bicyclo compound. So bicyclo first. Then what are the chains basically? One chain is containing how many carbons? 1, 2, 3 carbons. Therefore 3 carbons. The other chain is containing 2 carbons. So 2 carbons, and the last chain is containing only 1 carbon, so 1 carbon. So total number of carbons are here, therefore it is oct. Now all are single bonds? No, there is a double bond starting from the 3rd carbon, therefore oct 3-ene. There is a carboxylic acid at 2nd carbon, so I need to attach that particular 2 carboxylic acid at this place, therefore I am striking off this E and then I am writing 2 carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. Is there any substituent? Yes. At 8th carbon there is a substituent, that is nothing but hydroxy. So 8-hydroxy bicyclo 3,2,1-oct-3-ene 2 carboxylic acid is the IUPAC name of this compound. This is an example of bicyclo compound having a common bond for 2 cyclic rings. Okay, so first identify the bridged carbons. This is one bridged carbon, This is the other bridged carbon. I told you in these compounds the numbering should start at the bridged carbons. So if I start the numbering from this bridged carbon, then my functional group will get lowest number, that is 2. Whereas if I start from this bridged carbon, my function group is getting a number 3, which is wrong. So this way of numbering is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the numbering of this particular bicyclo compound. So let us write the noun name. It is a bicyclo compound, bicyclo. So what is the number of carbons possessed by the largest bridge? 2. Another largest bridge 2. So 2 comma 2 comma. The last bridge is 1 to 4 carbons. It is containing 0 carbons in between. So 2 to 0. Here this particular compound is containing 6 carbons. Therefore the root word is hex. All are single bonds. Therefore it is ane, and it is having a function group, namely carbaldehyde. So I am removing this A and connecting the carbaldehyde group at which carbon? Second carbon. Therefore 2 carbaldehyde. And I also have bromo and chloro substituents. At 5th carbon I have bromo, and at 6th carbon I have chloro. When you are having more than one substituent, you have to use your alphabetical order to represent them in the IUPAC naming. So first bromo comes, therefore it is 5 bromo. Then chloro comes, so 6 chloro. Bicyclo 2 to 0, hexane 2 carbaldehyde is the IUPAC name of this compound. Both of them are identical basically. Now let us look at the naming of bicyclo compounds having heteroatom. So we have certain compounds written here where there are heteroatoms like nitrogen, boron are present. So let us name these compounds using IUPAC nomenclature. So first identify the bridged atoms. That is first and foremost important point of the nomenclature of bicyclo compounds. So in the first compound I have bridged nitrogens. This is one bridged nitrogen and this is the other bridged nitrogen. So in all the 3 bridges I have only 2 atoms. This is the first bridge, this is the second bridge, and this is the last bridge. In all these 3 bridges I have only 2 atoms each. So start with the bridged atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is a bicyclo compound. Bicyclo. Number of atoms in each bridge 2 comma 2 comma 2. Total number of atoms 8. Therefore oct. I'm not saying total number of carbons, but I'm saying total number of atoms. We should consider only atoms here. So oct. All are single bonds. Therefore ane. Sir, then how do you account for the nitrogens present at 1 and 4, namely the bridge? So they are represented here as diaza. Aza means nitrogen. Diaza. So diaza, bicyclo, 222 octane. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Now come back to this. I have only one nitrogen here. It is monoaza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this bridge is having 0 carbons or 0 atoms in between. So this is having 1 atom. Therefore I should come first this way. So total number of atoms in this is 7. So it is monoaza, bicyclo. Number of atoms in each bridge. The first bridge is having 4 atoms. The second bridge is having only 1 atom. The last bridge is having 0 atoms. So 4 comma 1 comma 0. Total number of atoms are 7. So therefore the root word is hept. All are single bonds. Therefore the primary suffix is ane. Is there any function group? Yes, I have a function group at 7th carbon. What is the function group? Alcohol. Alcohol, the secondary suffix is ol. Therefore remove this E and write 7-ol. That's it. So monoaza bicyclo 4,1,0 heptane 7-ol is the IUPAC name of this compound. Very important. Now come back to this case. Identify the bridged atoms. These are the bridged atoms 1, 2. So start at one of your bridged atoms 1. Then move through the longest chain possible. So this chain is having 3 carbons. This is also having 3 carbons. No substituents, nothing at all. Therefore you can move either this way or this way while numbering. So I am moving this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this is the last bridge containing boron. So at 9th place I have boron atom. So it is 9 bora, because see here my boron is not at the bridged atom. That's the reason why I am clearly saying this is present at the 9th place. 9 bora bicyclo. How many atoms in each bridge? 3 atoms, 3 atoms and 1 atom. Total number of atoms are 9. Therefore non-ane. All are single bonds. Therefore non-ane. That's it. So 9 bora bicyclo 3, 3, 1 nonane. That's it. Unlike the previous case, in Spiro compounds nomenclature, we need to identify the carbon adjacent to spirocarbon. So here the numbering is not starting at this spirocarbon, but we need to identify the carbon which is adjacent to spirocarbon. From there the numbering should start with the lowest chain first, then we need to go to the longest chain. And here also we need to follow the rules of IUPAC nomenclature, that the function group should get the lowest numbering. Let's go to the board to discuss few examples of IUPAC names of Spiro compounds. Now let's focus on the IUPAC naming of Spiro compounds. As I told you, Spiro compounds are compounds having 1 carbon in common to both the cyclic rings. Okay, and I already told you that while numbering we need not touch the spirocarbon first. We have to start the numbering the chains from the adjacent carbon to the spirocarbon. What are the adjacent carbons? 1, 1, 1, 1. All these 4 are adjacent carbons. So you have to start the numbering from any of the adjacent carbons, but the difference from the previous compounds to these compounds is that we have to always start with the smallest chain first, then we have to go to the bigger chain. So we have to always start the numbering from the smaller chain first. So therefore I have to start either 1 here or here. So I want to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the numbering that I am supposed to do. So therefore what is this compound? This is Spiro. Now you have to write the increasing order of the number of carbons in the bridges. So here it is having 2 carbon bridge and this is a 4 carbon bridge. So therefore 2, 4, and total number of atoms are 7. Therefore hept, all are single bonds. Therefore the primary suffix is "-an", no substituents, nothing, no function group. Therefore simply the name of this compound is Spiro 2, 4 heptane. That's it. Now come back to this case. This is the spirocarbon that I am talking about. So what are the adjacent carbons? This one, this one, this one and this one. These are the adjacent carbons. But always I should start the numbering into the smaller chain first. Okay, what is the smaller chain? This is a bridge having 5 carbons. This is a bridge having 4 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore smaller bridge is this one. Hence the numbering should be starting either from this place or this place. Let us suppose this is having a substituent here, namely OH. Therefore definitely the number should start with this place. 1. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So therefore, start your IUPAC naming. Spiro. What is the smallest bridge? Containing 4 carbon atoms, and the big one is containing 5 carbon atoms. Total number of atoms are 10, therefore the root word is dec. All are single bonds, therefore the primary suffix is an. And we have a function group, namely OH here. For OH, we normally write ol, and it is at the second carbon, therefore remove this E and write 2-ol. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Spiro 4, 5, decane 2-ol. Now let us focus on some more complicated examples of this class of compounds, namely spiro bicyclo compounds. So while naming this particular compound, so this is the spirocarbon I am talking about. So therefore I have to always start the numbering at the adjacent carbon to the spirocarbon. So either this one or this one. So from the smallest chain. So numbering should start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, where is the fifth carbon? Is it this one or this one? So I need not go always in a crossed manner like this, because if I go this way, this particular function group is getting the lowest number. Therefore, I should come only this way. This is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, and this is 9. So all the rules which we normally use for acyclic compounds, they are to be followed in this particular case also. Okay, fine. Then what is the IUPAC name of this compound? It is a spiro compound, therefore spiro. Smallest chain is containing 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. Longest chain is containing how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. And how many total number of carbons are there? Total number of carbons are 9. So therefore it is non. There is a double bond at 6th carbon, therefore 6th ene, 6 ene. Then we have a function group at 5th carbon, namely OH, therefore remove this E and put 5-ol there. And I also have a substituent. What is that substituent? Bromo here. At which carbon it is there? It is present at the first carbon, therefore 1 bromo. So 1 bromo, spiro, 3, 5, non, 6 ene, 5-ol is the IUPAC name of this compound. So use systematic naming, then everything will be very, very easy for you people. Come to this. This is the spirocarbon. This is the spirocarbon. So numbering 1, 2, 3. Then the function group is COOH, but not OH. Whenever you have more than one function groups, only one will be function group in the compound, the other one will be treated as substituent. Therefore, this is the top prioritized function group COOH. Hence, I should number this first. 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a spiro. Small chain contains only 2 carbons. Bigger one is containing how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. And total number of carbons are 7. Therefore, hept is the root word. And I have an ene. At which place? I have an ene at first place. Therefore, hept 1 ene. The name is not yet finished. You remove this E, put a hyphen because you are having a secondary suffix, namely function group, at the fourth place. 4-carboxylic acid. 4-carboxylic acid. And you also have a hydroxy group at the 7th place. So 7-hydroxy, spiro 2, 4, hept 1 ene, 4-carboxylic acid is the name of this compound. Now come back to this last case. So this is the spirocarbon here, and I need to number this small chain. Of course, both the chains are having 3 carbons each here. Therefore, either way you can number, but you have to choose the top prioritized function group here. And we all know pretty well COOH is the top priority function group present among the 3 here. What are the 3? COOH, carboxylic acid, C-double-bond-O, keto group, NH2, amino group. So this is the only COOH group. So this COOH is treated as functional group, the remaining things become substituents. So numbering should be started always from the carbon adjacent to spirocarbon. This is the spirocarbon, so this is the adjacent carbon. Number 1 should be given here. 1, 2, 3, 4. After this, now will you go this side or will you come this side? Because both of them are substituents now, so you have to give numbering such that the one which is having lowest alphabetical order, that comes lowest number. So bromo comes first compared to oxo, therefore I am giving the numbering this way. This is a special case, you see, 5, 6, 7. That's it. So therefore, what is the name of this compound? It is a spiro compound. Spiro, 3 carbons each in the chain. Total number of atoms are 7, therefore the root word is hept. Okay, all are single bonds, therefore AN. But there is a functional group, namely COOH at first place, therefore heptane 1 carboxylic acid. We are not using oic acid here because this carbon is not included into the chain. That's the point. Okay, fine. So that's it. And then what are the substituents? There is an amino at 3rd carbon, bromo at 5th carbon, and keto at 7th carbon. So therefore the substituents are written like this: 3 amino, 5 bromo, and 7 oxo. Oxo or keto, you can write anything. So that's it. This is the IUPAC name of the compound. That's it.